Hey guys, Jay here. Welcome to the game menu building lesson. So in this lesson, we'll be covering some more canvas work, some more UI design work. We'll be building a different scene where we'll be taking a nice screenshot from our really nice game and placing that as a background. And then we'll be setting up two buttons, a start game and an exit, to basically link up two different scenes so that when you click on start game, it immediately loads up your actual game. So with that, guys, it'll complete the game from start to finish, and that'll be pretty much the end of the game development session for this entire course. But then beyond this, guys, feel free to explore the bonus section to add more goodies to your game. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we'll be setting up the game menu for our game. So we have a complete game now that you can play from start to finish. So usually game menus will be set up on a different scene, right? So if you go with your scenes folder, guys, you should already have a couple of scenes here. So you got level 1 here, you got then sample scene, which is basically what comes up from Unity when you begin your project. So basically for game menu, guys, I want a really nice screenshot of the game. So that's going to be sort of the background as well. And then on the left hand side, I'm thinking we'll have start game and exit and that sort of thing, right? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm actually gonna set up my camera in a really nice location of the game, and the best location is this one. At least that's my favorite, guys. So I'm gonna set up a camera here and I'm gonna take a really nice shot of that. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'll simply create a new temporary camera just for this purpose, and I'll place that maybe over, hold on, let's just gonna move it out of here. And then what we could do is, where is this camera at? Oh, there it is. Let's bring it over here. Okay, I don't know why it has these weird rotations, but I'm simply gonna rotate this over to this statue. I want to get a nice view of this along with the crystals. This looks really good. Now you must be wondering where the post-processing effects are. If you follow the post-processing tutorial, you'd know that you kind of need to include a couple of stuff in here, which we don't have right now, which is, if you take a guess, we're missing a post-processing layer, guys. And basically, we just got to mark as everything. There you go. Looks really good. And what I'm going to do, guys, is basically get a nice view of my game. Something like this is pretty good. And I'm going to disable my canvas for this screenshot. Right, so let's go find our canvas. I know this looks very messy, so that's why I said we gotta always create little parent objects like this to parent everything. But I'm gonna hide my canvas like this. And there you go. So I'm gonna take a nice screenshot of this, guys. And feel free to do the same thing. There you go. I might actually, hold on, let me just do something. I might maximize this. There you go. And I'll take a nice screenshot of this, make sure no text is seen, and boom, I've got a really nice screenshot, guys, and I'm going to import this into my game. With that, guys, we are ready to get started with our menu. So first, let me just drag my new screenshot into my textures folder. All right, let me just save this in my drive first. I'm doing this in my other menu page. I'm doing this in my other monitor, so let me just drag that in here. Just a second. Downloads, there you go. Drag this guy in. Okay, so you guys feel free to do the same thing. Take a nice screenshot of any part of your game that you're really proud of. I'm really proud of this section. So, and then make sure that it's converted to Sprite 2D. Hit apply, and then let's go to a new scene. Exciting. So go to your scenes folder, guys. Right click here, create a new scene. All right, let's call this menu. Awesome. So double click on menu, and it's a fresh new scene, guys. What we're gonna need here is right click, UI, canvas. You guys already know this. Right click canvas, UI, image. Let's go into 2D view because we only have a 2D view here. We don't need anything else. We don't need a 3D view. So click on your image. I'll call this background, guys. All right. On the right hand side, I simply need to drag in my texture. Let's drag this guy in. Now, one thing, guys, when I expand this, you'll see that it's kind of a square, it's kind of squashed. click on this guy over here, preserve aspect in your image. When you do that, it preserves the actual aspect of the image. With that, guys, click on the canvas. And there's one more thing, you guys may already know this if you follow the UI lesson. You gotta always change your canvas render mode, the UI scale mode to scale with screen size. With that, guys, it's gonna kind of overblow right now. So, sorry, just put that back into scale with screen size. And your image should be now scaled down to match this screen size. There we go. And with that, guys, I'm gonna go over to the image anchoring. Make sure that stretch is selected for both sides. With that, I have a very responsive background now, which is awesome. All right, I'm gonna click on my canvas. I'm gonna keep designing, guys. Feel free to follow along. Text, Mesh Pro is added. I'll call this title, and I'll give my game a name. I believe I called it The Lost Pendulum. I'll call it The Lost Pendulum still. I'll go ahead and call it the same thing. I don't know if there was any pendulum. I don't think there was a pendulum in my game in any point of the game. I just ran out of time for it, but I'm just gonna call it The Lost Pendulum. I might call it something else, you know. What if I call it the Lost? I'll just leave Lost Pendulum. I can't think of a name, guys. And then I'll put my font here, the Lost Pendulum. But feel free to design your logo in another program like Photoshop or something like that and bring it into Unity. You can definitely do that. But I'm just gonna do this, right? Lost Pendulum. Alright, I can't think of a good place for this. I might actually, you know what I might do? I might design a logo and then bring it in, guys. So give me a second. Actually came up with another idea, guys. What I might do right now is basically something like this. So here's a little trick. If you are too lazy to build a logo, you basically use the fonts that you have to do something like this. So watch what happens. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just break this into 2 lines. There you go. And then essentially I will make this center as well. See, and then I will make this a bit smaller. See how now it's more of a logo than before? Simply by breaking it into two lines. Pretty cool. So I might keep that over here at the top. Right, so this is completely up to you guys. But now I'm gonna go ahead and create a duplicate of this, drag this over here, and I'll make this start game, and I'll change this to start game. Right, then I'm also gonna duplicate this and create another one called exit. Okay, and I'll rename exit as well. There we go. And yeah, that's about it, guys. This is my menu. This is my grand menu. Look at that. Pretty good. All right. I might actually move these 2 guys. I can't decide on where to put these 2 for some reason. All right. So I'm gonna just call it title, and I'm just gonna make it a bit bigger. Just pull it down like this. That's much better, guys. I'm just gonna stick to this. Looks pretty good. Pretty nice. So I'm also gonna add a game theme music. So just go to audio source, call it music, and then I'm just gonna add the same track that I had for that section earlier. So this one, play on awake, loop, volume will be somewhere around this. So yep. That's pretty nice. That's really nice. All right. So what we're going to do now, guys, is simply just setting up a menu system that simply allows you to click on start game, exit to go over to the correct build. Okay. One thing though, and this is really important, guys. This should be usually your first step as well when you create a new scene, but feel free to do it now. Just go to File, Build Settings, and when you do that, this should open up. click on add open scenes. Guys, this right here is basically your list of all the scenes in your game. And you gotta make sure that all your scenes are in here. All the scenes that you want to publish with your game should be in here. Scenes in build right now is only my menu scene, which is not good. Where's my game, right? So I gotta save this and go to my game, level 1, go to file, settings, add open scenes, and now both these levels are in here. Perfect. Save this. Let's go back to my menu. Right, guys, what we're gonna do is when we click on start game, we're simply gonna open up the level 1 game and we're gonna begin that game. All right, so first thing to do, click on start game, guys. We gotta make this a button. Right now I can't click on this, right? So we gotta change that. So in the start game, guys, scroll down, go to add component and search for button. We're gonna change this into a button, right? I'm gonna mute audio for this so that you guys don't hear the thing all the time. Now there you go. Now I can click on this. Nice. All right, so with the button, guys, we got a bunch of other things. So highlight color, we can change that as well to some other color so that when you hover it changes the color like that. So that's something I will do. I will make it kind of yellowish, and pressed color I will make it kind of like this. Yeah, let's try that. Awesome, there we go. That looks pretty good. All right, so awesome. I'll do the same thing for exit as well. So for exit, add component button, and I'll basically use the same color here. So I'm gonna copy this hex code of the start game, go to exit, normal color, sorry, not normal, lighter color, hex, and I'll go to start game, click on the press color, copy the hex code, exit, press hex code. So that's basically just making sure both of them have the same colors. All right, so if I were to run this, there you go, and I can click on that. Awesome, that's it. Now we just got to come up with a simple script that basically switches from this game over to the game scene. All right, so right click, create C# script in your scripts folder. I'll call this game menu. All right, let's open our game menu up. Close all the unnecessary menus, scripts, and here we go. So in here, guys, what we're gonna do is create a new public method, public void start game, right? And then a public void exit game, right? In the start game, pretty much what we're gonna do is load the game scene. So for that, guys, we need something called scene manager, right? So when you don't have that, you basically import that with the bulb using Unity engine.scene management, right? Scene manager dot load scene within brackets. It's pretty simple. Within quotation marks, we can type the name of the level that we want to load. It's level 1. Just make sure that this is the same name in your scenes folder. So if you go to your scenes folder, guys, it's level _1, the same thing, right? That's really, really important. With that, guys, we simply need to set up exit game now. That's easily application.quit, open bracket, close bracket, semicolon. All right, that's simply it, guys. This is how you basically set up the script for it. It's very straightforward. Just one line to load the scene, one line to quit the game. All right, now let's save this, go back to Unity. All you need to do now, guys, is click on your start game. Actually, you need a game object to hold your script as well. So let's do canvas. All right, let's click on canvas, go to add component. It doesn't matter who's holding the script as long as someone has it. So search for game menu, which is the script we made. Okay, and then go to your start game, scroll to the bottom to your button section. In your button section, guys, of your start game, there should be an on click event section. Pretty much what we do is click on plus, and you simply have to drag in the game object that's holding your script. All right, drag in the game object that's holding your script, which is canvas right now. We attached it to canvas. Drag and drop that over here, and then basically go over here. What it does is it reads all of the scripts and the methods inside of canvas, and we should see our script here because we attached it to canvas. So go to game menu, and there should be a start game there. Perfect. So what this does, guys, is when you click on start game, this is going to execute. So whatever method that you link up here is going to execute. So what we actually did was we connected the start game button to the start game method. That's what we did. So we can do the same thing for exit. Click on the plus, drag in the game object that has this script, and then go to that script here, and then click on exit game. All right, with that, guys, let's test it out. Now if I click start game, oh, look at that. We are in the game, guys. That looks great, guys. So that seems to work. Let's test out exit as well. So this will only work when you deploy the game, guys. So it won't work in the editor because obviously you're running it in the editor, but make sure you have the same script and you're good to go, guys. You don't have to worry about anything. After you publish the game, that should work. And that's it, guys. That's it for building a menu. But with this, feel free to be very creative and add your own stuff to it. That's pretty much it for the game menu building lesson.